welcome back to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. I thank you for your love and for your support. If you are new to the channel, you are highly and very welcome. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. Hit on the bell on the side to get an update whenever I upload a new video. And then if you want to register for our online classes, you can just see my number scrolling through the screen. Send me a message on WhatsApp and then I'll give you the details of the classes that we have available. Okay, guys, you can follow me on all of my social media platforms: Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, all at Stylish Naija. All right, now, so let's get started. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to sew this nest yoke. That's this lace edges yoke. So it's kind of tricky. So it's not like a regular keyhole yoke. So that's what we're going to, how to achieve it, how to place the lace edges on it, and then to achieve that finishing. That's what we're going to be doing today. Okay, so if you want to become a member of Stylish Naija channel here on YouTube, you can just go to the home page. You see a join button. Just click on the join button to become a member. This actually helps to support my channel here on YouTube. Okay, guys. So for this kind of dress, if you want to add this kind of yoke, you must make sure that you have finished sewing and turning your dress. That's what I mean. You can see you have finished sewing. Make sure you sew. If you have adding lining, you have finished the neckline, you have finished everything. The only part that you are going to leave is just a little bit of inch on the side, so that you use to join it. So make sure that both the back and the front neckline, you have fixed your zip, you have done everything before you do this kind of yoke. Okay, guys, so this is my basic body. So it's from this basic bodice I'm going to take out my yoke now that I will use for this lace yoke. So for the length of the yoke, I'm going to use 13 inches. Normally you're supposed to use like 8 inches for your yoke, but I'll use 13 inches. Why? Because of that part that came into the armpit area. So I'm just going to transfer my basic bodice into this part now, and then we'll work from there. Okay, so now I've cut out the yoke. So the next thing we're going to do now, we're going to add the neckline. So for the neckline, I'm going to use 3.5 inches for my neckline. So this is 3.5 inches. You can use 3 inches. And then the depth of the neckline is about 1 inch. If you notice, it is not a deep neckline. So I'm just going to give it just a curve. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now depends on how the curve you want to achieve here. So after marking out your 3 inches or 3.5 inches for your neckline, you are going to come like this. Depends on how much slope or slant you want to have. So for this point, for the slope, I'm going to come with 2.5 inches. So this 2.5 inches, I'm going to slope it into this point. But before I slope it into this point, because I don't want this part to be slim, so I'm going to come like this from this point like this. Also, I'll mark 3 inches. So this 3 inches, I'll just make a curve, like a curve, and then get the curve into that the 2.5 inches that we measured earlier on. So you can give it a very nice curve. So why this is negligible is because the edge of my lace is what is going to stay here. So if you are using a plain net, you can decide to highlight it properly. So the next thing now, you cut out your neckline like this, and then we make our curve here like this. Okay, so you can see what we have. So I'm going to place it here now and check. So you can see it is looking beautiful already. So now this is what you are going to match it with on the armhole area. That is what you will use as guide to match it on the armhole area. So this part now we're going to place on our lace, cut out our lace. So I'll fold my lace into two. Just make sure you place the edges together, the edge of your lace. You place it and then you take your making sure that this part is what will be on. You are not, note, you are not going to you are not cutting out this part of the lace. You're not going to cut out this part of the lace, so you're going to slope it however you will slope it, that the edges will be on the lace part like this. So this is where we're going to cut now. So I hope you can see it and then you understand what I'm trying to explain. So this part, I'm not going to cut this part. I'll manipulate that part from the down. And then you add the neckline, the remaining small piece of part of the neckline that is remaining. And then you add your shoulder straight. So you can see what we have. Is it not looking like what we have on the picture? So the next thing we're going to do now, this part, we're going to curve this part. Because it is a lace, you can easily manipulate, because this part is going to go into this part. You can easily manipulate it however you want it to be. That's this part. You can always trim out all of your edges to achieve it more. So that's just like what was done. So you can trim out all those edges and then you see what we have. So the next thing I'm going to do now, so this part is staying like this. This part will stay like this. Like I said, you make sure that you are finished sewing everything. So for the back yoke, I'm going to just cut out a straight yoke for the back. So for the back, it depends. If you want the back neckline to be like this, you can follow the same process like this and then cut out the back one. But for the back, I'm just going to use two straight yoke. So I'll cut it out also. Okay, so like I said the back is straight. So this part I'm just going to open it up straight. It's not going to be curved. So I'll add my armhole. And then cut out the neck for the back. And then I will open it up. So for the back, I'm just going to join the back yoke like this. So this part is going to stay open. This part is going to stay open. It's just going to stay open like this. That is for my own back. So it depends on how you want your own back yoke to be. So the next thing, I'll take the front yoke. I'll join the front yoke just like I explained before. Before we would join them together on the shoulder part. So I'll go and join the front part. So for the front part, this part, there's nothing much to do. You're just going to use a matching thread to match this point in. Just top stitch it here and then the armhole area. So you just give it a good top stitch and then just leave it like that here and then here. So I'll do that now and then show you how to join the back and the front on the shoulder part. Okay, so you can see I finished fixing it. So you see how the front one is looking like. So I've not joined it on the side. So the next thing now, I'll go and join the shoulder, the front and the back shoulder. So after joining the front and the back shoulder together, after joining the front and the back shoulder together, I'm going to pipe the neckline. So I'll just use a bias to just pipe the neckline around to the back, just the way you pipe it, so it enters into it, and then I'll bring it back and show you. Okay, so you can see, so I've joined the shoulder. So this is the back neckline. I'm going to use the same lace. That's what I want to use to turn it. I'll turn it, run it like this, And then when I get to this front part, remember this front part, we have about 1 inch difference. So I'm going to bring this, so measure that 1 inch difference like this. I'll bring this here. If you make it too wide, it's going to be wide. This is the front, center front. And then I'm going to add about 1 inch here, or you can add 1.5 just to create that gap for that center. And then I'll run it to the back and then top stitch it. Okay, guys, so at the end of the day, you can see how our lace edge yoke looks like. So you can see it came out really fine. So if you want it bolder and bigger, just follow the same method that I did, and then you can curve it in more, make it bolder, make it bigger. So it depends on what you want. So thank you so much. If you find this video helpful, please hit on the like button, and if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you so much. I'll see you in my next video.